Welcome back to Aging is for Everyone. We continue our discussion on Buffalo's urban farming, and I got a new description, environmentally smart green sites, from my guest. I'm Marian Deutschman, sitting in for Laura Mondello. Our guest is Mary Van Vorst. She's representing Beyond Flowers Tour and the National Garden Festival. Exactly. That's a mouthful. Is this a new green approach in Buffalo's neighborhoods?
It probably isn't as new as it appears, but in fact, the National Garden Festival always was about beautiful gardens. And last year, in its fourth year, we finally introduced the component about the environmentally smart gardens. And it's going to be repeated again this year. We came up with the name. In fact, Craig Coyne, one of the committee members, came up with the name Beyond Flowers because it is literally that. It's beyond flowers. And having said that, we also dubbed it Green, Smart, and not bad looking either. And our strategy really was to find all of these sites and simply make the public aware of them.
Now, this is a bus tour that's taking place in August.
Yes, it's both a bus tour and a self-guided tour.
Okay.
And the reason for that is because our primary focus is education. So we're doing a bare bones tour. It's on a school bus. It's $35, including a box lunch. And there's no air conditioning and there are no bathrooms on the bus, but we wanted to make it available to everyone. But of course, having said that, we also recognize that not everyone has $35, and there are many for whom a bus tour is not something that they would enjoy. And then, of course, the August 2nd date may not work for people. So
it's August 2nd?
August 2nd,
okay.
From 10 until 3. And if you were to simply Google National Garden Festival, the site comes up, and look for Beyond Flowers Tour, and you will see the self-guided tour laid out there very specifically. It will tell you, it suggests a route you can take, it gives you all the addresses. Obviously, we would love to. It's one day only, yes.
One day only, and it's a weekend?
It's on a Saturday. Yep.
On a Saturday.
August 2nd, on a Saturday.
And when, what sites, I mean, how many sites are there that you go to with? Self-guided, obviously, you can choose which sites you want.
Yes.
And you give them guidance as to where they might go. On the bus tour, where do they go?
On the bus tour, there are 8 sites. And what we do is we provide a bit of history from site to site on the bus. But one of the best parts of the tour, which we sort of knew but we discovered last year, it was reinforced, is that at every site, the project leader joins us. And when they describe in great detail what used to be there, and then you see what is there now, you really understand the kind of impact you've had on the community. And the best evidence of that was Diane Picard talking about MAP, because that's our first site. And the impact there is just remarkable. Our second stop is right across the street. Push has a playground there, which was once a very large, littered city lot, and now has a picnic shelter. It has a basketball court. It has an annual cookout. And Aaron Bartley, being the smart guy that he is, he will be there with us that day, and he will point out, because you can see it from the playground, the geothermal house that Push has built, and he will take us around the corner to the rain gardens that are a signature piece of everything that Push does.
So you're not on the bus just going to each site.
Oh, no, you have to be prepared to get off the bus.
And you do have a person who is knowledgeable, who represents that site. It's not a narrator that...
No, not at all. We do give a little background on the bus. Okay. Yeah.
And so there are 8 sites, and if you do the self-guided tour, how can you be sure that you're going to be catching the narrative on this?
You're not.
You're not.
That's the downside of it, is that you will miss out on the history, and you will miss out on the opportunity to meet the project leaders, all of whom are passionate about what they do and talk in great detail about the wonderful things that are happening on those sites, and you can't have it both ways, I guess. But
yeah, but
clearly,
you're giving
yes,
two options to people.
They're worth visiting even if you can't be on the bus, and that's why we have provided the self-guided tour.
So it's not like, we've become known in Buffalo for the garden walk.
Right.
And that's a self-guided tour
Right.
as well. And it covers something like 380 Buffalo gardens.
Yes.
This is not at all the same. You're looking, when I mentioned at the beginning of the program, environmentally smart green sites. This is reclaimed, this is changed?
Oh, it's all reclaimed land.
Okay.
Another one of the sites we go to is another Push site called the 14th Street Gardens, where there were 5 abandoned houses, and Push went in and took them out and created 28 gardens for the neighbors.
Oh my goodness.
Who can, many of them are immigrants. I think about 60% of them last year were from Burma. And another is Wilkson Point, which was once an industrial dump on the water, which Buffalo was wont to do, and is now 12 acres on the water of wind sculptures and beach volleyball. It's so remarkable. We have squandered our water and many of these sites for so many years. It's so wonderful to see the kinds of changes that are happening. Next to the central terminal, for example, Dave Majewski, who's the project leader there, has created the Urban Habitat Project, and he was just given an EPA award for Environmental Quality Award, one of only 17 in the state who got it, for protecting public health and protecting the environment. And when you see those sunflowers on that site, they're not just beautiful, they're doing phytoremediation, they're taking toxins out of the soil. So, and there is another Dave Majewski project, which is at the foot of the Buffalo Niagara Medical Campus, which is a 4-acre parking lot, which is staggering. And he put a bioretention cell there. He was hired to do this. And it collects up to 4 million gallons of runoff and keeps it out of the Buffalo storm sewers, which means it stays out of our waters once again.
Do you expect visitors, tourists from other areas to come?
We had people last year from Canada. Yes, they see it on the website. The easiest way to find it is just Google National Garden Festival and then look under Motor Coach Tour or Garden Education. Up will come Beyond Flowers Tour. There is, I said, it's a school bus, so it seats only about 40 people. And we sold out last year, and we've had people who have contacted us already this year and asked if they could do it again. And when I explain it's the identical tour, they say, I know, and I would like to do it again. So, yeah.
Did you add sites?
We have not added any sites this year, but thank you for asking that, because we hope to do an additional tour next year in 2015, and we're already scouting sites, and there are many more things. One of Grassroots Gardens sites sounds like it will be a wonderful opportunity.
Is this a one day, and is it only one tour?
Yes.
Or does it repeat throughout the day?
No, it's one tour. It takes from 10 in the morning until about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We have a lunch break, which is at the Mutual Riverfront Park, and that's with the magnificent grain elevators, and you're sitting out on the lawn and enjoying a box lunch. So it's a full day.
The box lunch,
it includes the box lunch. Yep.
Okay, so now if people want to apply, they can go to your website.
Yep.
And even now, anytime they can start making reservations.
It's up, and the reservations are ready to be taken, and we're happy to have you. And if you can't do that for some reason, get on your bike, get in your car, go and look at it.
Well, thank you so much. Thanks to Mary for the wealth of information on environmentally smart green sites. And we've had today a lot of information about Buffalo's urban farming, but this is a wonderful opportunity to see what's being done in the area on reclamation of spaces that we used to say aren't there anymore.
Yes.
So I hope that you've enjoyed this little trip through reclaimed areas on Aging is for Everyone. I'm Marian Deutschman, filling in for Laura Mondello, and we hope to see you again soon.